Heading into week 7 of the fantasy football season, I'm giving you my starts and sits at the quarterback position. Now, we're trying to avoid guys who are super obvious that you should be starting. Your Lamars, your Allens, your Mahomes, those kind of players. Trying to give you more fringe players who might be in interesting positions. And this is really catered more towards people who are streaming or in Superflex 2 quarterback leagues. Teams that are on bye, you got Josh Allen on bye, you got Matt Stafford, you got Kirk Cousins, and you got Jalen Hurts all on byes this week. Do us a favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button if you like this kind of content, and comment down below. Tell me your most risky start that you have to do because of byes this week. All right, my first start of the week at the quarterback position is Dak Prescott versus the Detroit Lions. This will be a home game for the Cowboys. Detroit currently gives up the second most points to the quarterback position. They're a good offense, but they've been getting absolutely torched defensively. That's happened every single week. I know Dak is coming back from that injury, but with all the streaming options out there, I think Dak is still going to be one of the best starts for these uncertain quarterbacks coming off an injury, but he will have CeeDee Lamb, he will have Michael Gallup, he'll have Zeke, he'll have Tony Pollard, and there's going to be plenty of opportunities for him to bounce back in a big way versus the Lions. Let me know if you're confident. I feel like he can at least get you 15 points in this matchup, so I'm going to confidently start him personally. My second start is Jimmy G versus the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs currently give up the third most points to fantasy quarterbacks, and this secondary is really banged up. A lot of second and third stringers are playing. You saw that in the Buffalo game. They didn't have Trent McDuffie. They didn't have some of their other camp stars who stood out at the secondary position. They had guys on their practice squad who were playing, and I don't think everyone's going to be healthy and ready for this game. It's a good formula when you think game script. The Chiefs, will they be able to score? Yes. Does that mean that Jimmy is going to have to come back and be aggressive? Yes. So Jimmy, back-to-back weeks where he has scored over 20 points. This is a good matchup and hopefully a good game script for Jimmy G. My third start of the week, and I know that this is kind of risky, is Tua Tagovailoa. He goes up against the Steelers. It's at home for Miami, and the Steelers currently give up the 7th most points to quarterbacks. Look, if Tua has Tyreek, if he has Jalen Waddle, he has Mike Gesicki, Raheem Mostert, there's enough speed and talent all over the field where he can just dump the ball off, and a lot of these guys are going to do things for him. It was sad to see him go down in the Cincinnati game, but in the first 3 weeks, we saw the ceiling and we saw the floor. The ceiling is a 50-plus point game. The floor is a 13 to 14 point game. So as far as the streaming option goes, I think he is still one of the safest options, even though he's coming off of that concussion. Incredible weapons around him. I feel confident if you're streaming the position. And my fourth start of the week, hang in there with me, okay? Some people have been calling for this guy's head. Aaron Rodgers at the Commanders, and that's why this is important. This is the perfect get-right game for Aaron Rodgers and these Green Bay Packers. Washington gives up the 8th most points to fantasy quarterbacks. I talked about this in one of our other videos this week, but Washington is awful in 2 areas: their offensive line and their secondary. Aaron Rodgers will exploit Kendall Fuller, William Jackson, and the rest of the secondary, who has constantly been giving up huge games to wide receivers. That's why I had Lazard and Dubs as one of my starts of the week as well. So this is the perfect bounce back game for Aaron Rodgers. And has he been incredible? No, but he's had plenty of games around 20 points or over. Versus Chicago in week 2, versus Tampa Bay in week 3, New England in week 4. All those were over 20 points. And then in week 5, he had 19.8 points. So he's not been, winning you matchups, but he's not been necessarily losing you matchups either. I like this as a bounce back game for Aaron Rodgers. Now I'm going to give you a couple sits of the week. I'm staying in that same matchup, and I think it's going to be Taylor Heineke. Whoever it is, I thought it might be Carson Wentz, but he's going to miss some time. Whoever it is, do not start a Washington quarterback, okay? The Packers give up the 4th fewest points to the position, and this defense is probably the highlight of this team right now. They have players all over the field in the secondary, on the offensive line, in the linebacker room. This is not a matchup that you want to exploit in an offense that is really struggling and is going to have their backup quarterback in. My second sit of the week is Jared Goff at the Cowboys. And I know this is tough. I know this is a tough thing to sit Jared Goff because he's right now the quarterback 11, I believe. He's been playing pretty well. But the Cowboys are a legit defense. They got playmakers all over the field. That defensive line, might be one of the best defensive lines in all of football right now. They give up the 7th fewest points to quarterbacks. And while Jared Goff has been incredible through the first 4 weeks, we saw his floor away from home when he went to New England. When he went to New England, he had 6.8 points. Through an interception, no touchdowns. Now he's going to Dallas. We could see another sort of outcome like that. So if you have to start Goff in a 2-quarterback league, I get it. But if you're streaming the position, I think there are better options. What do you think about this list, guys? Let me know in the comments below. If you think I missed on anything, let me know. Everyone's always free to share their opinions. We welcome that on the channel. Subscribe, like, and good luck here heading into week 7.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos,
watch it.
You can also subscribe
right now
if you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/FantasyLand fam.